Hi everybody. Hi. So today we're going to have our 12th organic um, beauty workshop. Hi Isabel. So today we're going to have Jene Roestorf from Luxe Botanics, and she is going to be explaining to us the line over here. So I've lined up all her beautiful skincare made in US. So she's originally from South Africa but now residing in Portugal. So she's going to share with us great insights on her beauty skincare line, which is super amazing, I find. It has helped a lot of my customers, especially those with skin issues like acne, eczema, rosacea, and also like for skin which is like mine, going into the aging side. So dryness is something that I have to combat every time, which is terrible. And she has 3 famous oils which she's going to dwell into it. So aside from the usual aloe vera and stuff which are very usual, right, she's coming in now, this beautiful blonde, I think.
Hey Sharifa, can you hear me?
Yes, hello,
Ah,
we
hello.
made it.
No, it's so nice to see you.
Yes, oh my goodness, sometimes, right, we have to cross the ocean in order to get to each other.
Well, I wish that I'd been able to come to Singapore in March and see you guys, but I think with everything that happened, we wait for another year.
I know, right? It was like, okay, maybe in June, but no, maybe end of the year, but looks like it's not going to end soon.
No, I know. So maybe next year, March.
Yes, yes. So, how have you been?
Good, good. I think things are starting to pick up again, which is great, right? And I think, you guys are open again, so
Yay!
we're starting to feel positive again. Like I feel really much better.
I know. So I was discussing with Rachel, right? So she also was very worried about the sales dipping and all that, and the situation happening around the world. It's crazy, right? You don't know where to go, which direction.
Yeah, it's been terrible, and I think, I'm most worried about the people that we work with in Africa because that's busy spiking. So we're doing as much as we can to help them. We're raising some funds for them as well. So I think, this is the time for all of us to realize that we have a voice and we need to use it to make sure we have a positive outcome out of the situation, right?
Oh yes, it's a whole ecosystem. It's not only small pockets. So everything is interconnected, right?
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly,
So
definitely.
isn't it amazing that your line is connected to Southeast Asia specifically, and then with the European side, the US side, and as well as South Africa?
Yep, I was on a panel discussion yesterday for a beauty
Mm-hmm.
summit in the US, and they were asking, how are you managing all of this globally? And I basically said, what, I'm incredibly thankful that we are global because we've been able to cushion the effect somewhat. We got early warning from you guys in Singapore in January about what was coming. So I think we had a little bit more time to prepare. And
Mm-hmm.
then, like the US went into severe lockdown while Europe's coming out, you guys are coming out. So it's kind of this flow, ebb and flow, right? So it's kept us
Yes,
very busy, which has been good.
I know. It keeps everybody on their toes.
And I think, definitely for you as well, I've seen a lot of people teaching us mere mortals how to do like at-home facials. And I mean,
I
that's
know.
terrible.
So my customers, right, were they gave me feedback. They said it's nice that I do this little pockets of online information, sharing of
Mhm.
information, because they said it was very useful for them at home. Yeah, to
Definitely.
control the situation.
Well, I have never experimented so much with Kigelia masks. You know, I've put Kigelia in like yogurt, in turmeric. I've done some really weird things. But, I've had to. My skin has just gone wild these last few months with all the cortisol and stress and everything. So, and now,
Yes,
wearing masks, I'm starting to get little things here that I didn't normally get. So,
for
yeah,
sure,
I
for
think,
sure.
yeah, we're all changing our routine to kind of suit this new reality. So I'm just glad I have Kigelia.
So, Jene, can you like introduce yourselves to those who are watching?
Sure. Hey, everyone. Sorry, you've been hearing us chatting like old friends here. So, so I'm Jene. I'm the founder of Luxe Botanics, which is an eco-luxury natural skincare line that combines transformational global botanicals with a strong ethos of giving back. So Luxe Botanics was started when I was living in Singapore. I met Sharifa way back when, and
We
we've
met
been on
at
this
where,
journey.
the
How do you know
Madonna
that?
concert.
Oh, it was. Oh my
Yes.
gosh, it was the concert.
Yay,
Oh
Madonna.
gosh, you have a good memory. Um, so yeah, we started in Singapore in end of 2015 and we launched in March 2017. So it's been 3 and a little bit years. And Sharif has been one of our first stockists in Singapore and has been a great supporter. So I'm really excited to be chatting with you. And of course, I wish I could be in person, but next time.
Yes, yes. It's okay. They say what absence make the heart grow fonder, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sure, I'm sure. Okay, so I've seen Janae grow, actually literally grow from the Madonna concert and how she grew the brand little by little, and then her company evolved and changed, and I saw how she changed the packaging and the
Yeah.
formulation. So I literally saw her company from a baby, and now it's like a little toddler, I think,
Yeah, it's,
and
it's it's
growing and
somewhere in
growing
its
and growing.
teenage years.
Teenager, yeah. So yeah, because we have not met
Definitely.
more than 6 months already.
Yeah,
Close,
definitely.
no,
So,
1 year. Yes, 1 year we have not met.
oh, oh yeah, I didn't go to
Yeah.
Singapore end of last year. I was meant to, but I ended up in the US.
Yes, correct.
So yeah, I mean, the
Okay.
company has grown a lot. We went through a first iteration of the original formulations that I created,
Mhm.
working with the suppliers in Kenya, Malawi, and Brazil, which of course are all fair trade cooperatives that also
Mhm.
give back to the communities on the ground. And then we went through a new packaging iteration to make everything even more recyclable, use less plastic, make sure that you can reuse everything that we give you. But also, we've just gone through recently a big formulation upgrade as well. So what you've got sitting on the
Yes.
shelf there, Sharifa, and coming soon with the Camo Cleanser, is our most potent formulation yet. And it's been a year and a half in the making
Mhm.
to escalate the formulations to the level of a European certification called Modern Cosmetics. I've actually got the textbook. So
Oh
this
goodness, you
is
have a textbook for it. Wow.
I do. So, this new formulation is really important because it doesn't just look at the origin of the ingredients. Is it natural? Are they ethically harvested? Have they got any weird byproducts in them? It
Mhm.
also looks at the percentage in the formulation. Is it actually active at that
Mhm.
level? So, that's really important, right? Because someone might
Yes.
market something as a marula body wash, but it might be 1%, and that's not doing anything, right?
Yes. And also they do this trick where they say that's one thing that is organic certified and that's it. When you flip the box, right? And then you see all the chemicals right behind. It's crazy.
Oh, yeah, and I will say in Singapore, I'll never forget walking into Watson's and seeing this Marula body wash and like, huh? What? So
I
is
know.
that
And then they priced it
greenwashing?
like $18.
You're like, there's no Marula in here. It's the last ingredient on the list.
Maybe
So yeah.
0.1%.
Exactly.
Yes,
So
you're right. That's
this
right.
this new formulation, the new certification is really important because it shows that everything works and it also
Mm-hmm.
shows that everything in that formulation works together. Because as you know,
Mm-hmm.
you can get byproducts by putting some things together that aren't great for your skin. So we're just going through the last lab testing section. It's literally in the lab this week in Europe,
Oh, wow.
and that should be all finalized in the next few weeks. So I'm really excited because these new formulations are much stronger. We've, in most cases, doubled the amount of the Camu, Kigelia, and Marula. So those
Mm-hmm.
really are the shining stars of the line. What you see is what you get. I've got them with me too.
Yeah.
I had to steal my marula from my husband's side of the bathroom because he's been hogging it.
So these are the three main ingredients that they have. Kigelia. So I've been blasting it all over social media. Kigelia. I don't know if you can see it. And this is Camu. And then this is the marula oil. So she is going to explain to you the three ingredients and how it works in her skincare line.
For sure. So I'll actually start with the Kigelia. So you can see this one, Sharifa. This is the new formulation. It's
Mm.
much darker. Now,
Oh,
Kigelia
yeah.
itself is actually that color. So the extract comes to us as that dark brown. That's just what it is naturally. So
Mm-hmm.
this is almost double the amount of Kigelia compared to the old formulation. Now,
Mm-hmm.
Kigelia africana is a tree that, I grew up with in South Africa. You see it everywhere. It's these huge, and I mean like huge sausage-shaped fruits that hang from this tree. So it's really recognizable. And in Africa, we use it the same way as you might have grown up using aloe vera. It's the thing that if you're playing in the garden and you hurt yourself, you take the fruit and you rub it directly on your skin to
Mm-hmm.
heal anything inflamed, infected, red, bug bites, acne. Traditionally they use it for psoriasis and eczema. So the whole Kigelia range, the serum and the moisturizer that we have are designed for people that have oily combination, sensitive skin, but then also might be suffering from skin conditions like acne, inflammation, particularly with, as I was saying, wearing masks at the moment, keeping that bacteria on your skin and also, keeping those oils on your skin, you're starting to see sensitization coming out as a skin condition, acne that you wouldn't normally have. So Kigelia is really the perfect line for someone like that. And it's really the line that's done the best really during lockdown. The sales that we've seen is people really reaching for this kind of ingredient. And it's really potent. It's got a huge amount of scientific data behind it. And the great thing is every time you purchase a Kigelia product, you help us give business training to a woman in Malawi for a day. So you're actually giving meaningfully back to this community that's harvesting the Kigelia and Marula. So I think next one I'll probably talk about is our Camu, which as you
Yes,
can see
my
is this kind of
favorite.
lovely color. I know I really love our Camu. So Camu is actually called Camu berry. It comes out of Brazil and it's also harvested for us by the local community. And the reason I chose Camu is I was looking for a really strong vitamin C in nature. And the camu berry is the strongest content of vitamin C in any natural fruit or berry or anything you might find. So, in our camu formulations, the serum, the moisturizer, the mist, the cleanser, they've all got a really high content of this natural vitamin C in camu. Now, the thing that's really interesting is you'll see, I mean, it's in a glass container, right? And we're all used to camu going, I mean, not camu, vitamin C extracts going brown, right? Now, that doesn't happen with these because it is natural. It's literally cold pressed whole. So it's the whole berry with all the seeds and everything, cold pressed whole into an oil. So you can think about that vitamin C that's inside it being surrounded by everything it is naturally in nature. So it doesn't oxidize, it doesn't go brown. I mean, you've had some on your shelf for 6 months, right? They stay this color. So
Yes.
it's a
So
really
some
potent natural one.
some people think that vitamin C, okay, so in beauty school, we are taught like, oh, you use vitamin C, you cannot go out in the sun. But then it's actually an old textbook information because I know for myself, I know because, we are in the natural skincare line that vitamin C, once it's stable, it will never oxidize your skin. It will
Exactly. And
actually,
oxidation as a process, as a scientific process, is, the molecule losing an electron. So it becomes
yeah,
unstable. And that,
yes.
that can be triggered by light, by all these different things. But if you've got a stable molecule, it's less likely to happen. But, just in saying that anyway, you should be wearing SPF every day, no matter what's on your skin, right? Um,
Yeah.
but you might have seen as well the European Fragrance Association that limits the percentages of these sorts of things in skincare based on photosensitivity released their new guidelines in, I think it was March or April this year. And I mean, vitamin C is in there. It's very safe. Safe up to 30 or 40%, particularly with the new vitamin Cs that we know of, right? And natural things like this that are natural. I mean, they're not synthesized in a lab to do a specific thing. It's just coming to you straight out of that berry. So, you know, photosensitivity can be a concern for some people, but really in a natural vitamin C, you're not going to have an issue. Just do wear SPF always.
That's why buy Lux Botanics products. There's it.
So yeah, well, so yeah, I mean, Camu is a really good line because it is so potent in vitamin C. You know, the serum itself is designed to be an all-round natural boosting serum because it's got your vitamin E, it's got obviously vitamin C, CoQ10, sodium hyaluronate. I'm forgetting a lot of stuff, niacinamide. Read the label. It's got so many actives. There's something like 33 actives in here. I always forget the number.
The stuff that the ingredients that she's mentioned, right, actually also help to anti-age the skin. Like it protects the skin so much that you know, the skin, when there's protection, it's easier and faster for the underlying skin to repair itself. So that's why I love the Camu Camu. So I'm aging, although I don't look aging because I use this all the time. So I feel that it helps to hydrate the skin. Like, you know, the cheeks are so plump all the time. And also I get less freckles.
Well, and this is the thing, Sharifa, if you're giving your skin, you know, everything that it needs to help rebuild itself, instead of looking at just giving it the whole molecule, right? Like a good example are the peptides. We've got 3 natural peptides in our Kigelia moisturizer, and they are what we call precursor molecules to collagen. So it's like putting nutrients in the soil, and then the soil is able to regenerate itself. So it's the same view here. If you're giving your skin all of those nutrients, it's able to perform at the peak of its performance. It keeps its lipid barrier intact. You know, you've got your own natural antibacterial layer then. But, you know, it's all these things that we do that wear down that natural skin health, right? I mean, it's what we eat, it's where we go out, it's, you know, staying at home and being really stressed. It doesn't help. So we've got to be good to it. We've got to feed it the right things.
Yeah. Okay, so and then we have the marula. So marula, okay, I cannot use the marula, but I love the scent. So I usually use it when I'm so stressed because the smell is so amazing.
Thank you, Sharifa.
Yeah.
Essential oil.
Yes.
So the marula line is specifically designed for people with really dry, mature skin. So like I've got horrendously dry skin. I was on Accutane many times for my acne in my life, which is just, I mean, my skin is like crepey. It's terrible. So this for me is an absolute lifesaver. In Singapore, when I lived there, it was the kind of thing that I had to put on my skin at night when I was sleeping in air conditioning, because it is that heavier oleic acid, which is an omega oil, that your skin loses over time. And particularly as you age, your skin needs even more oleic acid. So it really depends on your skin type, how you use it. But for me, it was an essential in Singapore at night to rebuild that lipid barrier overnight and plump my skin. You know, someone like my mom who's in her 50s can't live without this. So it really is skin type dependent. And I think that's really the message behind Lux, is that, you know, we specifically designed each product to solve a skin concern. So they're very targeted. And, you know, talking about, I don't have it here, the Marula Hydrating Pre-Cleanser, which is sitting in my shower, is really good at the end of the day to rub off your makeup, all that dirt and debris, all that pollution. Yeah, and I think it's such a good feeling at the end of the day to feel it all come off. You know, that's like you feel the grit. And then following that with the Camu cleanser as the double cleansing routine. And I'm sure you'll support me when I say this. Please don't use an oil cleanser as your only cleanse unless you are 100% sure you're taking it off properly, right? Yes. And that's why this is a pre-cleanser. It's not meant to be used on its own. It's meant to be followed with a cleanser. I'm sure you see all the time people with issues and acne from using just an oil cleanser, right?
But I realized that, okay, I cannot use the marula because now that I know why, because you explained to me that it is highly hydrating. I think it's too strong for my skin. Every time I use it, it's like too much, and then the skin starts to be unstable. So then, but I can use the Kigelia and the Camu. But my daughter, she has teenage skin, right? So she's 17 now. So she uses the marula and it works perfectly fine on her skin.
And
So I
that's the thing, Sharifa. When I was recovering from my years of acne and I'd finally given up on taking Accutane, I did what everyone does when they have acne skin. I thought, don't use oil, don't use anything heavy. And I ran away from that. I did exactly what proactive marketing told me for years to do, right? And I really stuffed up my skin. And what saved it was combining Kigelia and Marula because I rebuilt my lipid barrier. Because if you don't have palmitic acid, oleic acid, linoleic in your basic lipid barrier, you don't have natural antibacterial protection. You don't
yes.
have that layer. So everything goes in and it just flares and it's like this constant cycle. So I use Marilla to rebalance and I use Kigelia to heal and repair.
Sometimes I think what people don't understand is, okay, so two things I find. So we are taught that, oh, oil, the skin will suck all the oil and clog up your skin, right? So that's how people think. And I say, no, but oil will catch another oil and it becomes huge, right? And that's where it's easy for you to remove with water. Okay, we will
Mm-hmm.
just slide off the skin. So that's number one. Number two is they think that when you have acne or oily skin, you keep on washing and cleansing and remove. But they forgot that you said, right, the lipid barrier. That means we have to have that the acid mantle on the skin is the one that protects the skin. So if it's not protected, it's like, hello bacteria, come in.
Exactly right.
Right.
And I think living in Singapore with the humidity as well, it just everything just went haywire for me.
Oh
No, it was the
yeah.
only way to fix it. So
Okay, so these are the three main ingredients that you use in your skincare line, right? So what's next for Lux Botanics? Oh, wait, you forgot. The new, I'm so excited because they have the discovery sets.
nah.
Oh my God, it's
If
so
you can see
pretty.
it.
I'm so excited.
And by the way, I love that they start to show marks and life in them because then they come yours. Like I've had this
Yeah.
one for almost a year and I've been traveling with the little minis for almost a year waiting for these to launch. So I've made good use of mine. So yeah, the discovery kits are, let me just show you what the little minis look like. They contain mini, so little, like that's a little 5 ml Kigelia. Um, they have little 7 ml Camu moisturizers, and then the little cleansers and things as well. So the idea of the Discovery Kit is, originally it was designed for travel, and here we are in 2020, and we're doing minimal
No
travels.
traveling.
But they really are a great introduction to the line because you get a Marula Pre-Cleanser, Camu Cleanser, Camu Mist in 15 ml. And then we have 3 kits. So the serum and moisturizer is designed for each skin type. So the dry skin kit will have that cleansing routine with the Marula serum and the Camu moisturizer in 5 and 7 ml. The Rainforest Revival is the one that has Kigelia in it. So Kigelia serum, Kigelia moisturizer. That's, as we were saying, like people's sensitive skin,
For sensitive
acne,
skin.
oily skin. And the other one we have, which you will love, is the Aurora Radiance. So think about brightening your dull skin. And that one has the Camu serum and the Camu moisturizer in it. So it's a full ritual. And I really challenge people to use that on its own for 7 days. These should last 7 to 10 days and see the difference in your skin. It's a great way to be introduced to the line. And of course, I really encourage you to hold on to these because they're glass, they're aluminium, they're designed to be reused. So as we do start to travel again, you can decant some into here if you finished it, or reuse the tin for travel. And of course, the thing inside the tin that I didn't show you is we have this really lovely muslin cloth that encases
Wow.
everything. So the cloth, I really always wanted to do a muslin cloth, Sharifa, because exactly as we were saying with cleansing, I think it's important to make sure that you get all of your oil cleanser off, but it's also important to exfoliate naturally and gently, right? Between visiting people like you who do the proper exfoliation, right? And a muslin cloth is really great for that. Unless you're rubbing really hard, you're not going to hurt yourself. You just do it gently. It'll help take off that dead skin, keep your skin regenerating as well. And plus, it's just a really luxurious addition to your cleansing routine, right?
Today I was just talking to one of my customers. She said, "Oh, I think the 200 ml cleanser, okay, for something else that she bought. And she said, oh, it's not enough. I need a salon size. And then I asked her, because I've seen her in person, her face is like small, you know. Then I asked her, how many pumps did you pump? So she said she did 3 full pumps. I said, that's like doing a facial, 3 full pumps. Then I said, you don't need that much. You need maybe 1 or 1.5. Then, so the idea is like this. You wet your skin, you apply the product, and then you start to massage and clean and clean and clean with your fingers. And then after that, you cleanse it off. And then I said, that's good enough. And then she just went silent for a while. I think that people think like the more the merrier, you know?
No, it really isn't. And, you know, like with these little minis as well, I mean, it's the cutest little glass dropper. One little dropper is enough for my whole skin. You don't need more than that. And when you're using, you know, the bigger ones, I probably use half a dropper at a time, sometimes a little bit less. So, you know, this whole thing we've been told over years by marketing of you must use more and you must put like 6 or 7 drops on your skin. Come on, guys, we know a little better now. Cherish what you have, you know, enjoy it. Don't overuse it. You don't need to.
There's a thing going on, like, you know, when they do the marketing, they ask an influencer to apply the serum, right? They go like, they take the whole dropper and drop one side, like the whole face with oil, and the whole face like light up and shiny. I'm like, oh my God, such a waste of serum. Like, how much can your skin absorb? The rest will be just sticking on the skin, and the dust and the dirt will just stick on it. So everybody, please don't do that. I'm like, seriously, they just
yeah, Sharifa, my worst is when they do that in a video, but they touch the dropper to their cheek and they touch the dropper here, and I'm like, bacteria. So don't touch them with your fingers, don't touch them with your face, you know, drop far away onto your finger.
Yes, just drop in your fingers or your palm and then just spread it out and then press it into your skin and use it at the end and just to spread it out.
I think what we all need to learn from you is an end of day relaxing face massage way to put on our serums, you know, because we're all so stressed at the moment, Sharifa. I think we need a Kigelia rub from you.
I think maybe soon they will just take the bottle and just shower with the Kigelia. Like, okay, one time use, all pimples go off.
Oh yeah, we need all the help we can get with our skin right now.
Right? Okay, so last questions before we end. So for those who are watching, you can just drop us any line, any questions that you want to ask. So if after you thought of a question, you can also drop Jene or me a question that you want to ask about our line or the beauty, you know, anything about skincare. Okay, last question. Sure. So, how do you yourself, you know, control your skin? I know you have a lot of skin issues, as you have just said during our chat here. So you said you did a lot of stuff on your skin. So what did you do? Like all this stress about, you know, the business and all the environment and everything.
Well, look, as I said, my background is I've had cystic acne since I was very young. It's something I don't talk that much about, but it's left me with a lot of scars on my skin, a lot of permanent redness. And in my early 30s, when I was living in Singapore, I got increased sensitization, right? And I started getting redness and my skin's just a bit of a mess. So I think going into lockdown in these last few months, all of the issues that I've had in my past have come up and flared. And obviously with the increased cortisol hormone going through from stress, that doesn't help. So I've been getting a lot of redness around the side of my mouth, a lot of redness around my eyes, more pimples where the mask is rubbing, sort of on the sides of my chin and everything. So I've been experimenting with everything, Sharifa, because I used to go to facials once every 2 to 3 weeks, but of course I can't do that in lockdown. I'd have someone help me with extractions and sorting everything out. So really what I've been doing is I bought a micro needling thing for at home, but I don't think that's legal in Singapore, so don't do it there. No. But to help with the scars. And I've been trying to do some facial massage to get the lymphatic drain going, because I think, you know, from stress, everything's building up from my lymph nodes up. But most importantly is learning to mask probably every second day, where I wasn't very good with that before. I think my favorite mask when it was colder here in March, sort of April, it was a bit cooler. I was doing yogurt, Kigelia, and Camu. So Kigelia serum, Camu serum, and like a teaspoon of yogurt, because the fatty acids in yogurt are really good for your skin, right? Plus all the probiotics. So that was helping to calm it. And then I'd alternate with a turmeric and Kigelia mask. But of course, turmeric you don't leave on for more than 5 minutes, or your skin will go orange, as I learned the hard way. And with the blonde hair as well, there were little like orange lines. It was delightful. And the other thing I've gone back to that I'd slacked on is my roller. I don't think I've got it, but got it in its packaging. My little rose quartz roller that I have one sitting in the fridge. And when I'm really stressed at midday, I go and pull that out the fridge and use just the small side under my eyes to try and like relax myself as well. And just trying to push that stress away. So, that's me trying to do stuff at home on top of my normal ritual, which is Camu and Kigelia every day and Marula at night. But I need people like you, Sharifa. I'm missing my facials. Oh,
I know. I think this lockdown thing has made people appreciate their therapy so much, Oh, yeah. I had this, my favorite Russian customer. So she came in on the third day after I opened, and she went, "Can I hug you? I really need to hug you." And I said, "What's wrong with you? I miss you so much."
But it is, and you really get close to your therapist, right? I mean, you guys are almost like a psychotherapist too sometimes. It's a conversation. But I think you also spend so much time getting to know your client's skin. We live with it every day, so we don't always see the changes, and we can be quite hard on ourselves. And I found when I went to my therapist every 2 to 3 weeks, she'd say to me, "Okay, you've done really well with this, so congratulations, but you need to do better at this." And I don't notice, right? To me, it's always bad or it's always good. So I need that external support a lot.
Yeah, because it doesn't take like one time, or as I said, you put a lot at one time and then it fixes it. No, it's that every little thing that you do, it goes a long way, right?
And for my skin, it's all about consistency. I have to do the same thing every day. And I know when I've eaten something strange, or like I'm allergic to a lot of hand washes because of the preservatives in them, and that will show up on my skin. And because I'm consistent, I can pinpoint immediately when something has gone wrong, and I know immediately what it was and I can stop it. But if I wasn't so consistent, I don't think I would know what the problem really is, So I think, that's the one thing I'd say to everyone there. Take the time to learn what your skin actually needs and how it reacts to what you eat, what exercise you do. If you sit in the aircon for long hours, it's something, for me, I was forced to learn from a young age, but I think a lot of people don't stop and actually think of their skin as this organ that needs growth and support every day, and it needs different support sometimes. So you've got to know what to look for, right?
Yes, very true. Yeah. Well, Jene, thank you so much. So before we end, Luxe Botanics has kindly done this special promotion for all of you. So I extend this promotion every, if you purchase 135 Singapore dollars worth of Luxe Botanics products, you will get, this is my favorite, I use this every time. Yes, yeah. The mist. So this mist, I use it every time after I do my prayers. So we have to take ablution, right? So we clean our skin and it gets really dry. So if I have no time, I will just use this. Otherwise, I will use with my favorite Camo. And so this is my afternoon ritual. So now everybody knows. So I use the rose water, the mist, and then this one and this one, all in the Camo.
Sharifa, I think this is the positive of working from home, is you don't wear makeup every day, right? So for me at midday, I'm doing this, little spritz of this all over my face. Then I'm doing Camu all over my face, and I'm doing a marula. I'm doing a marula line up my cheek because that's where I show stress, and I'm massaging the marula into my cheek at midday. It's like a, I don't know, just like a calming, I don't know, I want to say Ayurvedic, but probably not. It's a massage I saw somewhere and I picked up. But yeah, it's essentially mist, Camu serum, and then this, because hey, I'm not wearing makeup. I can do whatever I want. No one's looking at me. And it's refreshing. And I think you need to take that break you know, at midday or whenever your brain just needs that moment of downtime. Yeah, I think it's really important.
Okay, thank you so much, Jene, for your time. Thank you for the 30 minutes. I hope everybody has enjoyed it. So I'm going to post this on IGTV so that whoever missed it can watch it again. And I'm going to screen record. This is what I usually do. I screen record all my chats and I put it on YouTube and then I share it all over social media so that everybody
Please send
can
it to me and we'll post it as well. Thanks, Sharifa.
Yes. Yes, lots
It's
of
been
love
so
from me.
good. Yeah, you too. Oh, I'm missing Singapore so much. I'm just
Miss
missing,
the food.
funny enough. Yeah, I was gonna say the food, always the food.
Too much food.
But I'll see you. I will definitely see you next year. You know, I don't know how, I don't know when, but I have to come next year.
Yes,
I
for
can't
sure,
not.
for sure. I've seen
Yeah.
your pictures in Portugal. Oh my God, it's so beautiful there, right?
Uh, I mean, it's beautiful now because there's also not a lot of tourists, right? So we can enjoy but it's
Yes,
also hard to enjoy when you have to be home. So, you know,
very
it's
true.
somewhere in between. I mean, I can appreciate it out the window.
It's fine too.
I know. But
Okay,
stay
be
safe,
safe.
stay healthy. Yeah, and we'll talk again
Yes,
soon.
yes.
Thanks,
Bye.
everyone. Bye.
Bye. All right, that's Jene Roestorf, the co-founder of Lux Botanics. So I hope you all enjoyed the talk. So if you have any questions about her line, please let me know. So she has 3 types of skincare. Marula oil with the marula oil, the camu, and also the Kigelia. So if you're interested, please write to me, DM me, email me, WhatsApp me, or whatever. And the promotion is on until end of July. Very simple. By purchase $135 Singapore dollars worth of products from Lux Botanics from me, and you will receive the Camu brightening mists, okay, that you can use every day. Okay, lots of love from me. I'll see you. Bye.